Hello everybody, it's RyuTCG here back with another Mermail combo video. On my last video, I got asked if I can do some combos showing Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva is a very interesting card in this deck. It is basically an extension of a pseudo neptabyss. You normal summon it, lets you special summon neptabyss, or you can special summon any of the level 3 or lower sea serpents in your deck. So it's a very interesting card. I will say that if you're playing like Cican, I don't really feel like this is a very needed card. I think it's more or less better in the pure builds if people aren't playing Cican. But at the same time, it's just another starter is what it is. But the bad thing about it is it's just a straight up hand trap magnet. Things like Imperm, Veiler, Ash, just everything goes on this card. And if you don't have anything to follow it up with, it just kind of kills your turn. I'm personally not the biggest fan of it, but some people like to play it, and that's all personal preference. That's the beautiful thing about Mermail is this deck is 100% player preference on what you want to do, whether it's Mulan, Barrier Statue, if you want to play Coelacanth, no Coelacanth. It just goes down a list. There's so many different choices that you could do. But somebody asked if I could do the combos and then how they get the Diva off the field because they're struggling with it. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do a Diva combo. I'm going to show you one with Coelacanth and one without Coelacanth. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start with a Diva in my hand, my fodder water, and then 3 blanks. So how we're going to start the combo is we're going to normal summon our Deep Sea Diva and activate her effect. I'm going to special summon Neptabyss. So now I'm going to activate my Neptabyss's effect. I'm going to send a copy of Shadow Squad. I'm going to add a copy of Dragoons. So then this will trigger our Shadow Squad. I'm going to special summon a Mermail Abyss Pike. I'm going to activate my Abyss Pikes, discarding the Dragoons. I'm going to add a copy of Abyss Rhine, and then Dragoons will happen on a new chain. It'll let me add Minstrel. So now I am going to send Minstrel and my Perilia here, which is any water, and I'm going to rip a card out of my opponent's hand. And then after, I'm going to activate Rhine, sending Neptabyss to the graveyard to special summon. And we're going to special summon everybody's favorite Deep Sea King. So then that's going to trigger our Prince to summon back here, and we're going to summon back our Dragoons. We're then going to overlay our Dragoons and our Pike here. And we are going to make a Bahamut Shark. I'm going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching the Atlantean Dragoons. I'm going to summon Toad. And then that's going to trigger my Dragoons. So let me get Poseidra. So then I'm just going to link the Bahamut Shark and the Deep Sea Diva off right here. I'm going to make Coral Anemone. I'm going to activate Deep Sea King Coelacanth. I'm going to discard Poseidra to summon. And we're going to summon Pike. Pike. And where's Grecius? And Grecius. Okay. So now that we're right here, I'm going to synchro these two off. And I'm going to make Deep Sea Prima Donna. I'm going to Donna put the card back. I'm going to special summon Barrier Statue. So then I'm going to overlay these two. I'm going to make Trite. I'm going to activate Trite to Reborn. I'm going to summon back Dragoons. And then I am going to overlay the Dragoons and the Pike here. Make Bahamut Shark. Then I'm going to activate the Anemone, and I'm going to summon back the Grecius. I'm going to link the Grecius and the Anemone off. Make Mermail Abyss King, or Mermail King Neptabyss. Detaching the Dragoons for the Bahamut Shark to activate its effect. Summon Toad. It's going to trigger Chainlink 1 Dragoons, Chainlink 2 Neptabyss. Add Triana. Add Neptabyss. And then I'm just going to link the Trite and Bahamut Shark off. I'm going to make Alacia. So this is if you draw Deep Sea Diva and just a fodder water. If you're playing Coelacanth, you can end on Double Toad, Alacia, Neptabyss, and Barrier Statue with Prince in hand. All right, now that we reset here, I'm going to show you what if you don't want to play Deep Sea King Coelacanth, and if you want to go about the pure way without playing that card. So now I'm going to normal summon my Deep Sea Diva, and I'm going to activate Diva's effect. I'm going to special summon my Neptabyss, and then I'm going to activate my Neptabyss effect. I'm going to send Shadow Squad, and then I will add a copy of Dragoons. So I'm going to trigger Shadow Squad on a new chain. We're going to summon Abyss Pike. We're going to activate Pike's effect, discarding the Dragoons. We're going to add Rhine. And then Dragoons will trigger on a new chain and we'll add Minstrel. So then we're going to activate our Minstrel, discarding it in our fodder water. To rip a card out of our opponent's hand. Then we're going to activate our Rhine so they get in the Prince, but this time we are going to add instead. We're going to add Abyssteus. Then we're going to activate Neptabyss' effect in Graveyard. We're going to special summon back the Dragoons. We're going to overlay these two. We're going to make Bahamut Shark. I'm then going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons. Going to summon Toad. And then Dragoons will trigger on a new chain. I'm going to add Poseidra. I'm going to go ahead and link the Bahamut Shark and the Diva off. And we're going to go ahead and make our Coral Anemone. I'm going to activate my Teus, and I'm going to discard my Poseidra. I'm going to activate Teus. I'm going to add any Mermail here. I'm just going to add Rhine so I can have another one in Graveyard for follow-up. And then I'm going to activate my Coral Anemone effect. I'm going to summon back my Shadow Squad. I'm going to activate my Shadow Squad's effect, discarding a random card. It is important that we save this water. And then Shadow Squad becomes a level 7. Then we're going to overlay these. Make Trite. We're going to activate Trite's effect. We're going to summon back the Dragoons. Then we are going to overlay Poseidra on top of Trite. We're going to link Trite and Coral Anemone off into Neptabyss. We're going to activate Poseidra. We're going to discard our water for cost. It's going to let us summon back. I'm going to summon back a level 3, our Minstrel, which is our tuner, and then Neptabyss, which is our level 1. Then on a new chain, Neptabyss will trigger. We're going to add the equip spell. All right, I'm going to now synchro for a 7. I'm going to make Donna. I'm going to then activate Donna, and I'm going to put this card back into their hand. And then I'm going to special summon our barrier statue. So then I'm going to activate Triana here, and I'm going to summon back our Pike. So then I'm going to overlay our Pike and our Dragoons here. And we're going to make Bahamut Shark, and then this will die. Then we're going to activate our Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons. And we're going to summon Toad. It's then going to trigger our Dragoons. We're going to add our Neptabyss. So then I'm going to link off the Bahamut Shark and the Deep Sea Prima Donna, and I'm going to make Abysslacia. So that's going to end on the same thing. If we're not playing Coelacanth, that's going to end on a Barrier Statue, Lacia, Double Toad, King Protecting, 2 randoms in hand this time, and then Neptabyss. So my opinion on Deep Sea Diva is this card is another form of Neptabyss and an extender, or excuse me, a starter, but it plays into so many hand traps. I just don't like it, in my opinion. You can get Impermed, Ashed, Valor. It is a good card, but it has to resolve for it to be a good card. It also puts you in nib range in a lot of your combo lines because it exists. I just think Neptabyss overall is a better card. But if you want to play it, that's definitely a thing. A lot of people in the pure variant where they don't play Coelacanth play this because they have more room, so it gives them another starter. If you would like to do that, go ahead. That's the beautiful thing about this deck. I'll reiterate that everything in this deck is preference when it comes down to the extra deck slots and the main deck slots. If you want to play like Barrier Statue or Moon Glacia, it's all preference. Right now I'm siding the Moon and maining the Barrier Statue, and some people do it the other way around. It's just all preference. That's the best thing about this deck, is you can play it in so many different ways and play so many different lines that this deck is great for that. The best part is you have these extra cards in your hand that help you play through hand traps and let you play through and extend, and it just lets you keep going. Basically, once you sit here and you practice these lines and you learn what your cards do overall in this deck, it gets you to a point where you can see an end board and you can just play until you get to that end board and you know your routes. The deck has so many powerful cards. It just won YCS El Salvador with Christian Urena. Great list, by the way. It's a great deck. I recommend checking it out. So if there's anything else you guys want to know, please just leave a comment on my video, and I appreciate you looking and checking me out. That's going to be Ryu, and I'm going to be signing out. Thank you.